Hi friends, it's Tuesday afternoon, evening time, and I still haven't done the positivity segment, so it's about time I get to that. This week's positivity segment is something I'm actually really excited to talk about because it's something I really should be working on a lot more. So people often talk about leading a stress-free life and to never have anything stressing you out, to always be relaxed, to meditate a lot and do yoga and all of this stuff. And yeah, having a stress-free life sounds amazing and also impossible. We can never live stress-free. Even if you meditate and do yoga and do all of these things that supposedly relax you, there's always going to be a moment that stresses you out. No matter what that thing is, it's okay to be stressed. You shouldn't be trying to have a stress-free life. You should learn how to handle your stress in such a way that it doesn't affect your life. So what I mean by this is instead of when we get stressed, we start to focus on the stress and freak out and get really worked up, and it kind of just snowballs and gets worse and worse and worse until we have a breakdown. We need to learn how to handle our stress. A lot of people who aim for a stress-free life end up getting really annoyed with themselves and frustrated the first moment they get stressed because they feel that they failed. But as I said, you cannot avoid stress. It's a literal part of life. So the next time you get stressed, try and figure out why you're being stressed, what it is that's stressing you out, and what you can do about that. Remember that stress is actually extremely healthy in small doses. Stress can help you focus better and work in a more productive way. So right now I'm stressed because I am late on my videos. So by late on my videos, I don't mean that I haven't uploaded yet, because I will be uploading on Tuesday as usual. But I normally always film them a week in advance, and I didn't this week, last week. I ended up filming on the day that it's supposed to be posted, which I don't like doing because it stresses me out. So a good way to handle the stress of this situation is, first of all, to film the video that needs to be filmed and also edit the video. That way it's ready to be posted. But in moments where I can't film, for example, when I'm in the shower or when I'm eating, these are moments I can't film, and yet I'm still stressed about the thing that's stressing me out. We can handle that stress by making to-do lists or done lists, which I've already talked about on the positivity segment in the past. Or you can do some exercise to get rid of some of that nervous energy. Or, if you've got one, you can cuddle with a nanny, or your version of a nanny. Animals really help us handle our stress because they help lower your blood pressure. Thank you, nanny. You helped. So whenever you're trying to live a stress-free life, remember that stress-free is pretty much impossible. There's always going to be something that stresses you out. So try and find ways to handle that stress and use your stress in a productive manner. So some of you know this, but actually not many people do. I do a little bit. I sometimes paint, and I'm not very good. I do very abstract, and I'll show you guys some of the stuff that I've worked on in the past, and then I want to show you the newest painting that I've done. So by very abstract, this is the kind of stuff I mean. So this is 3 different canvases, and what they represent is the Hunger Games books. So the first one here is yellow with like orange undertones for the first book, and then this one is red with like, again, orangey fire undertones for the second, and this one is blue with some silver undertones for the third book. And this set, which is right opposite actually where the Hunger Games are, so this is in our corridor, is again, as you can see, extremely abstract, and it represents the Hogwarts houses. So not only is it the Hogwarts houses, they're actually in the order that they are on the official Hogwarts crest. So you've got Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, and Hufflepuff. So the Gryffindor is, the main colour is red, and then with the gold is their secondary colour. Slytherin is green with the silver for the secondary colour. Hufflepuff is yellow with the black secondary colour, and then Ravenclaw is blue with the bronze secondary colour. So that's the kind of style of painting I do, is extremely abstract, mainly because I can't draw, so like that's kind of the only thing I can do. But this is my latest painting. I know this isn't the best angle. It's because it's right above the dining table, so it's a bit complicated to get near it without being right up close, so I'll get up close in a minute. So what this is it's for Grey's Anatomy, which is a show that I've watched on and off for years, and it's always really impacted my life. Specifically, Meredith, the main character, at first she describes herself as being dark and twisty, and as the show goes on, she becomes, as she says, warm and fuzzy. So because it's a medical show, there's the main like heartbeat symbol kind of in the middle, and then the bottom is all like dark and twisty colors to symbolize like the dark aspects of your personality and your like past and that kind of stuff, and then the top is warm and like fuzzy colors because again like the dark and twisty, warm and fuzzy. And you can see throughout the heartbeat there's a lot of text, so this is all different quotes that mean a lot to me for different reasons. So there's some really positive ones and then some much darker ones, but they all resonate with me. So for example, one that I really like starts here, and it's never let go, never give up, never run, never surrender. So that's really important to me because no matter what happens to you, you need to keep pushing forwards. And those of you who know what my tattoo looks like know that that's what my tattoo represents. The past can hurt and you can either run from it or learn from it. And that's definitely in this quote also, is the idea of always move forward and always push harder and keep going no matter what. So there's a load of different quotes on here, as I say, both positive and negative. There's some that loads of people know, like pick me, choose me, love me, which is a very well-known quote and something a lot of people know. There's it's a beautiful day to save lives, which is one of the most known quotes from the show. And there's loads of different ones, and if you guys want to know exactly what's on here for now, as you can see there's still loads of like blank spaces for me to add more. I can definitely like tell you guys specifically what all of the quotes are, but I know not everyone who watches my videos is a fan of Grey's Anatomy, and therefore you don't all really care. Which I totally get. Grey's Anatomy is definitely not for everyone. As I say, it's an important show to me because it resonates a lot with me. The kind of stuff that goes on in that show that some of the characters have gone through really hits home for me, and so I just really enjoy watching it. So I was getting ready to do some yoga, and then I walk into the living room and I see this. What are you wearing?
My running gear.
It's bright yellow. Go into the sun. Because it's actually painful. That's really bright. It's not coming off on camera really well, but it's ridiculously bright.
Look at the reflection over there.
You can actually see it reflecting on the wall. That is ridiculous. Why? Yeah. Why? That's my question.
So people can see me. It's a safety thing.
Safety thing? You're gonna make people crash because you're gonna blind them.
Nah. Yeah, I've got matching shoes too.
And socks.
And socks. It's important. It's a fashion statement.
It's a statement, alright. What?
Still need yellow sunglasses.
No, you really don't.
Yes, I really do.
No, you really don't. Please go make your statement somewhere where you're not going to blind me. There's this little yellow aura that just follows you around.
That's my backpack when I go to uni.
Oh god, you like fluorescent yellow, don't you?
It's my aesthetic.
Have a good run.
Thank you.
Good evening everyone, it's Sunday evening for me, so I'm about to edit this and then post it. But I wanted to give you a bit of a rundown of what's kind of been going on this week. So, I don't know how well you can see, but I've got a face mask on at the moment, and it's very similar colour to my skin colour, so I'm not like wet, it's just a face mask. So as I mentioned, today was Sunday, and this morning we had one of the greyhound walks that we do twice a month, and we went to the beach. Nanny absolutely loved going to the beach. There were loads of dogs though today, there was about 25, and a lot of them were getting riled up and like started getting relatively aggressive with each other. So at first she was getting really stressed out. I mean, everybody was getting really stressed out because a lot of these dogs were getting quite aggressive. But once the walk actually started and we were moving around, the dogs all calmed down. So we started off walking along the esplanade by the ocean, like by the beach, and then we went onto the sand to take a picture. And that's when Nanny had a lot of fun because she loves sand. She loves just running around on the sand as fast as she can. So her and a couple of her actual friends, like greyhounds that she really gets on well with, started playing together and just chasing each other around in the sand, and they had a lot of fun. Obviously this meant that by the time we got home, Nanny was exhausted and she slept from about midday till 6 p.m. without a break. And that's the kind of advantage of going on these nice walks, is that we then get the whole day without her waking up and wanting to play or needing a walk or needing any kind of attention, and like Ben and I can really do our own thing for a few hours. So it's a Sunday, and Sundays are my days I reserve to kind of catch up on anything that I haven't done throughout the week, so any videos I might have missed, or any chores that I might have missed. So that's kind of what I was doing today, is just catching up on that kind of stuff. This week was also the first week in the new time change, so last weekend we changed into winter time, and this week was kind of hard for us because Nanny, being a dog, really struggled with the time difference, and she kept like getting frustrated with us that we weren't feeding her when she was hungry and we weren't going to bed when she was ready to go to bed. So it took her a few days to adjust, but she's back into a rhythm now with it. The really fun thing that we're doing at the moment is Ben and I are watching Game of Thrones for the first time. So I actually read the first 4 books a few years ago, but that was a while ago already. That was in 2014, so I don't remember them that well. What I have been doing over the last year though is I listen to audiobooks to help me fall asleep, because they help me focus on something so my anxiety doesn't get to me. And I've been listening to the Game of Thrones audiobooks, and I got to about the 5th book when we started watching the show. Ben has never read the books, he hasn't listened to the audiobooks, so he went in completely blind. So obviously the first kind of 4 seasons I knew what was going to happen because I'd read the books and I'd just listened to the audiobooks. So I was having a lot of fun not having any stress while watching the show and just kind of watching Ben's reactions as he reacted to what was going on. But now we're about halfway through season 5 and I realised I don't know anything of what's going on anymore and I'm getting really stressed out. We're definitely really enjoying watching Game of Thrones. It's obviously not family friendly. It is definitely a show for adults. It's definitely 18 plus. I'm making this very, very clear because my channel tends to be more family friendly kind of stuff, and like Game of Thrones, not family friendly. But with it being a Sunday today and not having too many things to have to catch up on, we watched 2 episodes, which was really nice to just, it's been a nice day also, so we got to sit in the sun and Nanny was asleep and it's just been a really relaxing day. Right, so now it's time to start editing this and then wash off my face mask and then finish editing the vlog and then post it. So you guys are going to see this real soon. But I'm not going to see you guys for a little while now. Well, having said that, until tomorrow when I film for next week's vlog. But until then, bye!